So, I'm making another video on my GED test. I took the GED test today, and I got the same exact score when I went to the testing center. How I got the same exact score as I did before doesn't make any. I mean, it seems like the odds of something like that happening are very unlikely and rare. But I got a 142 the last time, and I got 142 this time. Now, I'm saying this because I'm going to take the test again, and they're shooting electronic devices inside and out of this facility. When I get there, there are lots of people that are trying to invade any concentration or any intentions that I'm trying to do good for myself and my family. I don't know who's responsible, but they're riots. I'm not kidding. They're like circling around the fucking building, knowing that I'm there. I'm sitting down inside the office. They're running in there and just trying to get my attention and just really antagonize me. And I'm just there to take a test. I don't know who's sending these people. They're trying to make this into some sort of fashion show or something. I don't want any part of it. I'm there to take a test, not there to do anything else, to try to pass this math GED test. So, like I said, within a few questions of me taking the test, I felt this sharp pain in my. I felt this. I don't have the. I felt this sharp pain on the left hemisphere of my brain, like this sort of stroke, or something like this spasm or something that somebody was shooting with. I don't know who was responsible for doing this. As soon as you do that, I was trying to concentrate, but I couldn't because I started to feel these strides of pain on the left hemisphere of my brain. Now, I don't know who's shooting me with these electronic devices, sabotaging me so I don't pass the test, but I know that I can pass this test, and I know, I'm telling you, I took this test, and I only got to question 20, and there's 46 questions. Last time I got to at least question 27 before I had a guess on nearly all of them, and the rest of the questions, and I got a 142. Okay, this time I got to about, I'd say no more than past probably question 21. Okay, about question 21, question to 23 at most. But the first part gives me 5 questions. I got 3 of them right away. I know that for sure. And a couple of them are those questions that I can't use on the calculator. I completely just guessed because I was spending too much time on the questions, and I had to move on to the next, so I had some more time to answer the other questions. So I get to the second part, which is 1 through a solid 40 questions, 1 through question 39 or 40 or something like that. When I'm taking that test, I only get to question 21. The first, I would say probably at least 3 of those questions were 3 to 4 of those questions were entirely guessed. Entirely, I just took a guess. And I didn't even look at it. I couldn't even understand it. So, when I get to the very end, I get to about question 22, 23. I don't have much time left. I literally just press C, A, B, forward, A, B, just entirely just guessed all the way through until I finished the test, just seconds before it ended. And I got a 142. I don't know if somebody's, it makes me definitely feel and understand somebody's sabotaging it. I mean, I don't know how I could have got a 142. And I'm telling you, I have been studying for about 5 hours a minimum average every single day. Some of them reaching up to 7 hours in a single day, at least 1 or 2 of those days. And I was studying my notes that I have here in the car my way there and when I got into the office for like 20 minutes just studying these notes. And I even took my own calculator to speed things up a little bit, so instead I have to use the calculator on the screen. It's very upsetting. I don't know what to do other than try to take the test again. If I fail it, or I have to wait 60 days. I very highly doubt it that I'm going to try to work out the math problems for the next 60 days because it's just too long for me to study, so I have to just basically wait. And but like I said, it's very disappointing in the idea that I'm sitting here trying to make and pass this test and make better of my life, and they're not letting me. To the person that's working there, to the people that are running inside the office, to the people that are walking into the testing center. I'm not kidding you, they kept on coughing and making commotions and bothering me while I was taking the exam. Like I'm sitting there in the corner taking this test, and there's someone that's on their computer just looking at me, and they're not paying even attention to what's going on. They're there just to harass me. They're not there for anything else. So I don't know who's sending these people and telling them to harass me and bother me while I'm taking the test. And on top of that, like while I'm taking the test, all of a sudden you start drilling and drilling some holes, or using some drilling machine on the other side of the wall while I'm there, making a huge ruckus of noise where you can't even concentrate. And at the same time, they're like telling the people on the other side of the wall, like in the other rooms, because it's a very small place, and they're shouting out things like to give me sort of some secret symbol, like messages or some dumb crazy shit where I'm trying not to even pay attention to any of it because I'm taking a test. So I don't know who's responsible for sending these people to harass me inside the offices, putting the people in there to bother me. I'm there to try to pass my GED test. I'm not there so you can lust at any sexual fantasies you have about your transgender community, me being raped by Patricia Cadena, and the people that are shooting these electronic devices. They think this is some sort of sexual drag show, and I'm not there for your lusting ways toward me, and that's what they're doing. To the person that's working there, to the people that are walking in there, they're not there for any good reason. Somebody said something racist also when I was sitting at the front desk, so you can understand why all this racism shit is happening. So like I said, my assumptions right now is, from the understanding that I'm getting, is that I'm for sure they sabotaged it, obviously making it very difficult for me to even try to even pass the test. But they're doing this on purpose. I don't know who's responsible. All I can do is, I have to spend another like $20 to take the test, and I'm gonna go over my notes again. I'm telling you, like, I have like, see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 pages of notes that I know that I can memorize and remember pretty well to be able to pass this test. And I went through on YouTube, question by question. I went through on YouTube, question by question, so that I could understand, and I understood this very well. And as I'm going through this, as you can see, I have these videos where they're literally just going through each question on GED, like sample test, and I'm answering them like 90% correctly. Like, this is a 46 question test of a GED math test, and I got about 85% of these questions right. There's no way I could have got 85% of these questions right, and all of a sudden I just get a 142. So, I don't know. I don't know really what to say, what to think. I don't know who's sending these people, but there's a riot of people that are not only waiting at the next door pie center where they sell like all these fancy pies. They're to harass me. I'm staying outside. There's people running at me, like trying to intimidate me before and after. But when I'm majority the entire time over there at right next door, it's literally the building, the office right next door, couple doors down. They're running in there just to follow me. They're not even taking the test. They're just running in there to follow me and harass me. They're not there for anything else. I don't know who's sending them. You know, I don't know what's going on with my mother's identical twin. I mean, triplet. They're telling her to act real fucking crazy. Like we're stopping at the intersection when we're driving back home, and she's acting very hostile and confusing and crazy. Like someone is entirely making a mockery and controlling her. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You're driving the car. Why are you? And I don't know how they're telling her, but I know her well enough to understand that someone is controlling her. Someone is telling her, like, I don't know if she's wearing VR glasses or someone is in the car. I'm not kidding you. And just acting like a puppet. And I don't know who's doing this. This seems to be a joke to people when I walk into the next door to get something to eat, you know, and take the test. I don't know who's responsible for doing this, but they're just sabotaging me. I scored like 85. I'm telling you, I went through each one of these, hours and hours, and I scored like 85% of these questions right. There's no way I should have been able to pass. But the fact that I'm taking this test all through 46 questions and someone is shooting an electronic device at me and like coughing and like electrocuting me, I don't know what device it is. I can't entirely concentrate, and I don't know what they shot into the side of my fucking brain, but it felt like it stalled me, and I was trying to concentrate and I couldn't all of a sudden. And I'm doing just fine here, trying to take this test, but I'm doing the best that I can. I don't know, you know, I don't know who's responsible. I kind of feel like I want to go to the police department and tell them that there's a group of people that are following me, harassing me. I'm telling you, it is crazy looking. I'm going to the intersection, like, it's so fucking crazy, like, because the police officers aren't doing anything about it. I don't know who's sending these people my GPS location. They're obsessed over me. They're obsessed. They are infatuated by me. The fact that I got raped by a transgender and think that I belong to them. I don't belong to y'all. I'm not interested in having sex with transgenders or interested in any type of sexual fantasy you have around me. I'm there to take a test. I don't care about what, like, you don't understand how stubborn they're behaving around me to try to get my attention. Like this is a fucking TV show or something. I really don't know what to do. I'm gonna give it a few days, probably take the test this Saturday again, and try to pass the test. But other than that, that's the best hope that I have right now. If I fail this test, then I have no choice than to wait 2 months before I get another 3 chances, and I think that's what they're going to do. I feel very strongly that's what they're going to do. They're going to continue sending people, they're going to continue shooting me with electronic devices, and they're going to cause me to want to wait. They're playing some sort of sick psychology game on me by sabotaging the test and then making me wait, because I've been waiting this long for this, and that's not the reason. Is they just want to confine me and control me. So there's no reason why I shouldn't have there's no reason why. I know that if I would have got to at least question 30, I would have passed. I don't know how it's graded. I don't know if it just gives you points for everyone you answer right, or it's graded in an overall. I don't know, or the difficulty of the question. But like I said, I scored a 142 just like last time. So and I guessed on over 20 of those questions entirely. Like, literally had 2 minutes to answer over 20 questions, and I literally just had a guess on all of them. And I still got a 142. I don't know if somebody's lying on the test, saying I got a 142 and I didn't. I don't know, but whoever's controlling the circumstances, you know, I don't know really what to do with this situation.